Hi everyone, I'm back to talk about another hand from the U.S. team trials from the weekend. This hand actually is going to go over something that I'm doing a two-part lesson series on, so I thought it was very well timed. It was a kind of a bidding problem and then also an interesting play problem. It started with my right hand opponent opening one diamond. And I had this, you can see this nice 18-point hand, and 18 is a little bit too strong to overcall. And so whenever you're in the overcall spot and you're too strong to overcall, your only option is to start by making a takeout double. Now, double is not necessarily, partner's going to assume we have a perfect takeout. You know, we have shortness in diamonds and support for the other three suits. But it'll be at our next call that I'll be able to tell partner, hey, you know what? I don't actually have a takeout double. I actually have a hand that was too strong to overcall. So I started with double. And now it went pass, and my partner bid one heart, which didn't show me anything. I forced my partner to bid, so I can't get excited by that one heart bid in any way, shape, or form. And my right-hand opponent bid two clubs. Now you can see up there in the auction box that both of those bids were alerted. My opponents were playing a precision, so one diamond was two or more diamonds. But now when he bids two clubs freely like this, he's always going to have an unbalanced hand with both minors. And you know, because his partner has not acted over double, I'm usually East is going to be 5-5 for this bidding. They're kind of re-entering the bidding all by themselves. There would be no real reason for them to tell us what their hand type is with 5-4 in the minors. So really, I'm expecting a 5-5 in the minors hand on my right. So now I finished my description of my hand. I bid two spades. That let my partner know, hey, I don't actually have a takeout double. I actually have a hand with five or more spades, and something like 17 to 19 points. My two spade bid is not forcing. And so this is the kind of thing that we're going to be going over in the power doubles class, of understanding that if I was a little bit stronger, what would I do? And just the messaging of two spades here. So I bid two spades, and now I've gotten my hand off my chest. My partner knows that I am too strong to overcall, and I have five spades. Now it went pass, and my partner jumped to four spades, and it went pass, pass, pass. So the opponents led the king of diamonds, and dummy came down. My partner's hand, actually, my partner was quite aggressive on this hand. This is Kraniak, John Kraniak, my partner for the set. He only had six, and I showed like 17 to 19. But what he had was A, a spade fit, and B, all of his points were in hearts. And hearts was a very good spot to have his points in this auction. When with East being the opening bidder and showing both minors, from his perspective, from my partner's perspective, I'm pretty likely to have hearts, and those ace queen of hearts are likely to be very useful cards. So he just decided to jump to four spades, and actually at the other table they only bid three spades with that north hand, and they played it in three spades. So we got to an aggressive game here, and we're going to go over the play, talk about an interesting spot that I got to in the play. But just to say that it's usually at imps. We were actually vulnerable. The vulnerability in the top left corner was wrong. I missaid it, and then I had to go back too many steps to fix it. So we're vulnerable, and the opponents weren't. So that's another reason why John just jumped straight to game. And had he bid three spades, I would have looked at my 18-point hand and felt like, well, I already told him that I had a double and bid hand, and really, in the grand scheme of 18-point hands, this south hand is not very strong. I've got the queen 10-9 of diamonds are not great. They're not great cards to have queen in the opponent's suit. Partially for what it's about to happen in the diamond suit. The opponent started this hand by going king of diamonds, diamond to the ace, and a diamond ruff, and with that diamond ruff, my opponent led the three of diamonds, which was their lowest diamond back, telling their partner, hey, you can try to get me back in the club suit. So they returned a club back, and I won the ace. So at this stage in the hand, I've lost three tricks already. I've got this losing club that and there's a pretty clear way where I might be able to get rid of it in the heart suit. My hope is that fourth heart will be good so that I can use it to throw the club. But the problem is, from the bidding, it doesn't sound like the hearts are going to break 3-3 because my right-hand opponents I'm expecting them to have 5-5 in the minors. I already know for sure they have five diamonds because they just went diamond, diamond, diamond rough. But now I'm expecting them also to probably have five clubs, and so I don't think the hearts are breaking. But the good news with this heart suit is I might actually have an opportunity to take four hearts even if they're not breaking. There's two ways that I can see it. But first things first, I decided I would draw trumps and start to get a sense of what's going on in the heart suit. So I played ace of spades, and both people followed. But then when I played the king of spades, my left-hand opponent followed and my right-hand opponent showed out. So now my idea here was that it felt like my right-hand opponent was 1, 2, 5, 5. I didn't think they were 6-5. I knew they only had 5 diamonds. They might have been 6-5, but they also might have been inclined to even sacrifice over 4 spades again if they were 6-5. So I was expecting them to be 5-5. So now at this stage of the hand, I know that my right-hand opponent probably has a doubleton heart. So the question is their doubleton a little doubleton, or is their doubleton a 10 doubleton or jack doubleton? So what I did now, while there was still a trump out, I left the trump out because I wanted to play hearts first and then get back to my hand. So I led the king of hearts, and it went small, and now I played a heart, and it went small. And now I was at this key decision point in the hand, where I know that East has, I'm assuming, I shouldn't say I know, I'm expecting East to have only a doubleton heart. So now my question here was, should I finesse this 9 of hearts right now, and play West for the jack 10 of hearts? Or should I play the ace, hoping that East will drop the 10, or drop the jack, and then I'll travel back to my queen of spades and then finesse West for the remaining 10 or jack. So this ended up just being a probability problem. And so when I start counting up, I know this suit combination already, but you can actually do this. This is a small enough number of cards that I could actually do this math on the spot. So how many jack 10 fourths are there? There's 4 little cards. There's a jack and the 10, and then there's these 4 little cards. So I'm thinking, how many doubletons are there? Well, I'm missing the 5, 4, 3, 2. So there's the 5, 4 doubleton. There's the 5, 3 doubleton. The 5, 2 doubleton. The 4, 3 doubleton. The 4, 2 doubleton. And the 3, 2 doubleton. So there are 6 combinations where East has a small doubleton, and I need to play the 9. How many 10 doubletons? Well, there's the 5, 4, 3, 2. So 10 could be doubleton with each of those 4, and the jack could be doubleton with each of those 4. So there's 8 combinations of jack doubleton or 10 doubleton. So that's why at this point in the hand, I decided to go up with the ace, and the jack dropped. I traveled back to my queen of spades, finessed the heart, and it worked. So now I got to take the queen of hearts, and you can kind of get to see it. I'll throw away my club. All the trumps are gone. Now it turned out on the hand that we would not have made it had the opponents not started diamond rough. West actually had a natural trump trick there with the jack fourth of spades. So it was going to be too complicated for me to lead diamonds up twice. So I was going to lose a spade, and I was probably going to end up losing 3 diamonds. If I could go to the trouble if let's say they led a club and I won the ace, I could play ace, king, queen of trumps, and I could get the hearts right and throw away my club. But then I don't have 2 ways to dummy to lead diamonds twice. I could, if I had enough entries to dummy, I could play a small diamond to my 10 and then go back to dummy and then play a small diamond up towards my hand again. But I wouldn't have all the communication. So it turned out the opponents with the jack fourth of trumps would have been better off just leading a club. Hard to know. It's hard to blame them for an opening lead, but thought that was an interesting hand. And so I'm going to be talking about power doubles. My mom and I are doing a 2-part series. It'll be this Friday, September 24th, and then a week from Friday, October 1st. The first week we're going to go over basically being from the overcaller's perspective, just understanding what range of hands is too strong to overcall, and then like with balanced hands we double, and then how many no trumps do we bid, and just all the different rebids by the takeout doubler and what they show. And then in the second week we're going to talk about re-entering the auction when the opponents come in and your partner doesn't cooperate, and we're also going to talk about a really important part which actually won this hand, which is Craniacs reacting to my power double, recognizing that I'd shown a strong hand, evaluating where his points are, and putting me in game, and knowing how many to bid and stuff like that. So join me for the lessons. You can go to wolpertbridge.com. It is alive. It is not much there, but you can definitely register for classes, and I look forward to seeing you guys at the lesson. And when I do, just for the record, you don't need to attend the class live. If you sign up, we'll send you the video and notes afterwards. Thank you very much. See you soon.